Hello, my dear friends. With my presentation, I will acquaint you with the interesting facts about Latvia, its famous writers, poets, and movie actors. We'll give you some information about top 3 tradition dishes and present you 5 things Latvia is most known with. Famous Latvian poets. The Latvian nation is not big enough to have many worldwide celebrities or people who influenced the world. However, in Latvia itself, there are numerous well-known historical figures. Among the best known are the 19th century people who led the Latvian national awakening. Rainis is held in high esteem as a Latvian national poet. His patriotic and national romantic poems raised the Latvian spirits. They were not enough to give Rainis the political leadership he sought for, but they were enough to grant him a role in national mythology. Krišjānis Barons was a Latvian writer who is known as the father of the dynasty thanks largely to his systemization of the Latvian folk songs and his labor in preparing their text for publication in Latvian dynasty. In recognition of the Baron's labors and the historical value of the cabinet of folk songs, the work was inscribed on UNESCO's Memory of the World Register in 2001. Famous Latvian painters. Latvia's second largest city, Daugavpils, is home to the Mark Rothko Art Center, named after one of the famous artists in the world, who was born in the city in 1903. Mark Rothko was, for a brief period, the most expensive and famous Latvian artist ever sold, exceeding even the most notable classics. His 1961 masterpiece, Orange, Red, Yellow, was sold at Christie's in 2007 for a record-breaking $87 million. This surprised admirers of classic art, as Rothko's art is quite accurately described in the titles: monumental unframed rectangles of pure colors, unexpected dimension, and a lot of emotions conveyed by soft-edged color areas. Jānis Rozentāls is one of the most important Latvia's artists with an everlasting impact on the formation of the national art in Latvia. An innovator and an artist of striking individuality, Rozentāls was among those who brought Latvian art to the level of other European nations. Princess and the Monkey is arguably the most famous painting of the renowned Latvian artist Jānis Rozentāls. Famous Latvian movie actors. Cinema has been in Latvia from its very beginning. On May 28, 1896, the first movie picture show was screened in the Solomonsky Circus in Riga, just months after the first public presentation of the films by the Lumiere brothers. As to the Latvian national cinema, it celebrated its centenary in 2020. Since then, Latvian cinema industry has been developing, especially it blossomed during Soviet period. Most popular actors whom we still bear in our hearts are Vija Artmane. Vija Artmane developed her professional skills in the theater and became one of the most prominent Latvian actresses of all time. Since her film debut, Vija Artmane played almost 50 films roles during her lifetime and became an icon of Latvian Soviet cinema. The most known modern movie, Blizzard of Souls, is a 2019 Latvian historical drama directed by Dzintas Drēbergs. It premiered on 8 November 2019 in Latvia and on 20 February 2020 internationally at the European film market. The film is an adaptation of Alexander Green's novel of the same name, written about his service as a Latvian rifleman in World War I. It was selected as a Latvian entry for the Best International Feature Film at the 93rd Academy Awards, but it was not nominated. Top 3 traditions. The one of the King Song and Dance Festival. The Latvian Song and Dance Festival is one of the world's largest amateur choral and dancing events and is recognized by UNESCO as a masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. The celebration features a wide range of performances, from choir singing to dancing, instrumental music, wind orchestra music, and more. The choir singing, in particular, is a unique and powerful aspect of the celebration, showcasing the rich traditions of Latvian a cappella singing. Līgo and Jāņi, the heart of Latvian summer. Midsummer celebration is perhaps the most important and popular celebration in Latvia, held on the 23rd and 24th of June. Both days are recognized as national holidays in Latvia and are celebrated with a lot of excitement. This tradition has its roots in an ancient pagan celebration that took place between planting and harvest time. The celebration involves staying awake throughout the shortest night of the year and participating in traditional activities such as light bonfires, singing, dancing, eating, and drinking. Ancient traditions. Ancient Latvian culture is rich with traditions, most of which are closely linked to the seasons, the passing of time, and the sun's journey throughout the year. One of the most notable is the summer solstice celebration, but there are many more with a plethora of unique activities, songs, and customs connected to each other. Meteni, the end of winter's festivities. Tekatas, winter trick-or-treating. Easter, spring equinox. Christmas, winter celebration. Martini, harvest celebration. Top 3 traditional food in Latvia. Grey peas and bacon. Grey peas and bacon are especially popular in winter when they make for a hearty, filling dish. Eating a bowl of these peas will warm you up from the inside and give you the energy you need to keep exploring the country. Cabbage soup. You can find cabbage soup in many countries of Central, Eastern and Northern Europe. In Latvia, the soup is called skavu kapostu zupa and it consists of sauerkraut boiled with potatoes, carrots and groats. You can also sometimes find a variation that includes bacon and it can be served in hollow bread. Rye bread soup. The concept of a rye bread soup, known as maizes zupa in Latvian, might sound strange at first. But bread soup is one of the Latvia's most famous desserts and one of the must-try dishes on your trip to the country. Most notable monument of architecture in Riga. The Freedom Monument is one of the most outstanding monuments of Latvian history, architecture and art. It was built according to the project of Kārlis Zāles based on public donations. Opened in 1935 as a symbol of Latvian people's freedom and love of the fatherland. Together with Riga Brothers Tomb Ensemble, it belongs to the most valuable examples of monumental architecture and sculpture. What is Latvia famous with in the world? Riga. Latvia is known for its capital and culture center, Riga, a harbour city that homes a third of the Latvian population. Fast internet. Latvia comes in 7th in the global rankings of fast internet. The United Arab Emirates has the fastest internet in the world, followed by South Korea and Norway. Art Nouveau architecture. If you're a lover of architecture, you'll love Latvia too, especially if you're a fan of Art Nouveau or Jugendstil buildings. Latvia is famous for one of the world's greatest collections of Art Nouveau buildings. A whopping 40% of Riga's buildings are built in the Jugendstil style. Famous Latvian chocolate beer. Latvia is famous for having some crazy statue stories, but one in particular made headlines fairly recently. In 2006, a brown bear was stranded on a block of ice in Latvia and floated 40 kilometers to the island of Runhu in Estonia. Undoubtedly, there are many Latvian musicians who create wonderful music in Latvian, but these 5 guys will always be in our hearts as the best Latvian band, Brainstorm Band. That is all. Thank you very much for your attention. Bye bye.